Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you haven't watched my part 1, part 2 video, I'll put the link on here if not mistaken. So today let's continue to do part 3, yeah? So I'm still doing Form 4 Chapter 2 KSSM syllabus, Quadratic Function 2.1. So I hope you guys, okay, today I'm focusing on inequalities. What is inequalities? First, I need to explain what is equalities. So equal means equal, okay, my dear. So in part 1 video, you guys learned that quadratic equation, you guys will always write in what form? General form. Part 1 video, isn't it? I taught you guys general form will look like this. Ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Do you guys remember in your part 1 video, when you see general form, how do you guys get the answer? Press calculator. Isn't it there's 3 methods, but the most common one is pressing calculator? So let's say you're getting the answer -3 and 1. I just simply created the answer, okay? And just like that, correct? That is what we learned in part 1 video. Then today, I'm teaching you guys inequalities. What is inequalities? Equal is equal. Unequal is not equal. Then not equal got what? Not equal, that means maybe they are bigger. Or maybe they are smaller. To make things a bit different, this smaller, I put an equal sign. No need to scare because the concept is still the same, okay? So guys, let's look at the second example. So you see this one is bigger, smaller, right? So you know it's inequalities, okay? Which is whatever we do today. So no matter what, you guys still see them as a general form. General form, no matter what, you guys will still press calculator. You still press calculator, you guys will still get 2 answers. Usually you guys will get 2 answers. So isn't it still like that? Correct? But what is the problem this time? Guys, listen to me. Based on your common sense, don't you feel like usually you write your answer with an equal? That is because, so sorry, my internet a bit not good, so a bit lag, okay? So if the question is an equal, isn't it your answer you put equal? Quite makes sense also, right? But now is it still equal? No, it's like a bigger, smaller. Isn't it if the question itself, they mention bigger, smaller? Do you think your answer you will still write equal? No, it doesn't make any sense, right, my dear? Then student will tell me, then teacher very easy lah. They write bigger, then teacher, I also write bigger. Guys, after I write bigger, you look at it, don't you feel like it doesn't make any sense as well? Because you have 2 answers now. So maybe you will put x bigger than -3, x bigger than 1. But think twice. When you say x bigger than -3, at the same time you say x bigger than 1. So x is bigger than -3 or bigger than 1, my dear. So the answer is like very blur and has like a gray zone, correct, my dear? So the problem now is you shouldn't just write bigger sign. Remember, if you only get 1 answer, yeah, you can continue just write x bigger than -3. But now you have 2 answers. Whenever you guys have 2 answers, you are definitely 100% bigger than one of the answers, smaller than another one. But the problem is how you know bigger than which one, how you know smaller than which one. That is the aim for this video. So this video, I'm teaching you guys 3 methods to find out what is the answer when they have 2 answers and they have bigger, smaller sign. So the 3 methods. First of the method called graph sketching method. Okay. The second method called number line method. The third method called table method. Maybe you will tell me, then teacher, which method should we use, guys? If they never mention, you forever using the first one. First one is the easiest, okay? So if they purposely say use number line method, then you must use the second one. If they say use table method, you must use the third one. If they no say, use the first one. So now I will only give you example for the first one because first one is the easiest one and everyone just use the first one. Later on, after today, you will see first one is seriously so easy, okay, my dear? So guys, how do I use the first method? Okay, the first method is like that. The name called graph sketching method. So eventually you need to draw a graph. How do you guys draw a graph? Okay, the concept is like that, okay? So when I teach you in part 1, I taught you guys that your A here, always make it a what? Positive. I taught you guys already, my dear. Even though you might be thinking, teacher, cannot be negative, can be negative. But the problem is the most simplest form is always a positive. And you make it a positive, everything is very easy to solve, not only under here, but anything in the future. So always remember to make your A positive. And whenever you're A positive, just imagine you're a very positive person. I always tell my students, when you're a very positive person, no matter what happens, you smile. So whenever your A is a positive, you draw a happy face. So some students will tell me, teacher, what if my A negative? Then you can draw a sad face, but I won't teach you sad face because I already said I want happy face, correct? So you always make sure your A is positive. Then sometimes students will tell me, but teacher, what if they are really a negative? Teacher, how to make it a positive? Guys, how? You just move everyone to the other side. So if you're on the left side, you negative, you move everyone to the right side, isn't it? They will become positive, correct? Then after all, you can still draw a happy face. Can? So guys, after you guys draw a happy face, right? Then in between this happy face, you guys will draw x-axis cut through the happy face, okay? Which is a graph shape because this method called graph sketching method. Can you see that? So the x-axis passes through the happy face 2 point. Why they have 2 point? Because now I got two answers. One -3, one is 1. Which one should I put -3? The one on the left side, -3. The one on the right side, 1. Maybe you might thinking, teacher, why? Because origin is in between. So isn't it -3 is smaller number, 1 is bigger number. So smaller number always put on the left-hand side. Bigger number always put on the right-hand side. Cannot? Because -3, you see 0 in between. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0, -1, -2, -3, -4. Makes sense, right? So that's the reason I put like that. Okay. So guys, after I put like that, then how do you guys get the answer? Super duper easy one. Actually, what is the purpose? Why you draw it? You draw it is because this question have this particular pattern sign, correct, my dear? If they are equal, you already get the answer, but because they put bigger, smaller, that's why I purposely need to draw this, correct? So now, the equation is bigger than 0 or smaller than 0. Okay, look at it. I scared you guys don't know what is bigger, what is smaller. I teach you guys basic first, even though you already learned. The sign like that, sharp one is small. The white one is big, okay? So now 0 on the sharp part. So this one is small. This one is big. So eventually, you know the equation now is bigger than 0. And listen to me, this is x-axis. This is x-axis, guys. So this is the origin, okay? So when you're bigger than 0, you should be origin up. If you're smaller than 0, you should be origin down. So now you are bigger than 0. Origin is here. So isn't it should be up? So if you are up, then where should you sketch? Graph sketching method. So after you draw the graph, you're going to sketch, okay? So where should I sketch? I always tell my student to use a ruler and cover the one that no need to sketch. But now I'm very hard to show you where is the ruler, but you just imagine yourself, use your own ruler, okay? Don't use transparent ruler because if not, it didn't cover, okay? So guys, now you know more than 0. More than 0, that means you want to sketch the top. You want to sketch the top, use your ruler, cover the bottom. So don't look at the bottom. If you don't look at the bottom, you only can see the top, correct? Then I always tell my student, you just look at the place that you didn't cover. If you can see a bow shape, bow look like this, U shape, okay? If you see a U shape, you guys sketch inside the bow. If you cannot see a U shape, you will sketch the side. So now you cover the bottom on top. Can you see a U shape? No. Don't tell me, teacher, I can't. No, that one is like that, my dear. Where got U? U is like curve one, okay? I want a bow. I don't want a plate, okay? So guys, I cannot see a bow. You cannot see a bow, you guys will sketch the side. Remember, can see the bow, sketch inside the bow. Cannot see the bow, sketch the side, okay? If you don't understand, just rewatch it a few times, definitely you guys will get it one, okay? So guys, the one I sketch exactly is the answer. So what is my answer then? My answer is, the one I sketch is the answer. My answer is left side of -3. So -3 left-hand side is actually what? Left side of -3 got -4, -5, -6. So guys, think about all the number. So all the number is your answer, but impossible for you to write out all, right? Because there's too many of it until -1 million, -2 million, -3 million, correct? So instead of writing them one by one, you guys can write x smaller than -3. Because all the left-hand side, -4, -5, -6, all of them smaller than -3. So isn't it I write like that? I cover all of them. How about the right side? The right side of one, one right side got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all of them is bigger than 1. Done. Yeah, just like that. That's the answer. To understand is fine one. Later I'll give you an example. You'll definitely understand one, okay? So the concept is just like that. Where you sketch, based on the one that you sketch, write out the answer. Let me show you another one. So let's look at the third example. My third example, same thing, general form. You guys will press calculator. After you guys press, you guys will get two answers. Let's say I still get -3 and 1. I just give you back the same example, okay? So again, what you guys need to do? Graph sketching method. I'm still teaching graph sketching method, okay? So graph sketching method, first draw happy face. I repeat, why I'm so sure I will draw happy face? Because my A, I will make it positive. Always, I'll make it positive. So positive, always draw happy face. Smaller number, put on the left side. Bigger number, put on the right side because 0 is in between, correct? This time round, will I still sketch the side? No. You know why? Because this time round, the symbol is like that. Do you realize ABC is on the sharp part, smaller? 0 is actually at the wider part, which is bigger. So now my equation, smaller than 0. Guys, 0 is here. Smaller is down. So isn't it this one, bottom? So if you know bottom, now you guys will take a ruler, cover the top, because you know it's bottom. So you don't see the top at the bottom. Can you guys see a mangkok shape, a bowl shape? Yes, right? Sketch inside the bowl. Can see a bowl, sketch the bowl, cannot see the bowl, sketch the side, okay? So guys, I already know that is the answer. The one I sketched is the answer. But will you stop like that? No. Sketching it out is not the answer. You must write out the answer. How do you guys write out the answer? So now do you realize my answer is in between -3 to 1? So in between -3 to 1, got what number you think, like you try to imagine yourself. -3 to 1 inside got -2, -1, 0, all this number, correct? So -2, -1, 0, all this number is actually bigger than -3. Makes sense, ma? -2, -1, 0 is only bigger than -3. At the same time, -2, -1, 0 also smaller than 1. That is my answer. Because I'm exactly right in between them. That's why my answer I write in between. Do I get full marks for this answer? No. Why? Because the questions, they put equal sign. Then your answer, you should put equal sign. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Can you guys see that? So it's very easy one, okay? I repeat that. So always when they are general form equal, you write equal. But they got bigger, smaller, your answer should have bigger, smaller. But if you have two answers, you don't know bigger than this or smaller than this, you guys always using this graph sketching method. Always draw happy face because you guys will always make your A positive, okay? Smaller number put on the left, bigger number put on the right. Bigger than 0, sketch up. Smaller than 0, sketch down. Can see mangkok, sketch mangkok. Cannot see mangkok, sketch the side. Cannot? Just like that, that. The people got equal sign, you put equal. No equal, no need equal, okay? Don't understand, never mind, later I will teach. And by the way, I want to mention one thing. I teach for like 13 years. My students always make this mistake, okay? They never even ask me, they just create themselves, okay? I assume part of you here also will create yourself. You guys just like to be creator, my dear. So this one, x or smaller than -3. And then they say x bigger than 1 also. So x bigger than 1. Tell me, this green color answer, correct or wrong? Wrong. Guys, why wrong? You guys must be thinking, teacher, makes sense. X bigger than 1, yeah, bigger than 1. X smaller than -3, yeah, smaller than -3. Cannot, meh? Cannot. Guys, why cannot? Because, think twice. X bigger than 1, you just give me some number. When you say x bigger than 1, what number bigger than 1? Let's say 2. Okay? At the same time, you put like that, that means x bigger than 1, at the same time, you need to smaller than -3. Let me ask you, were 2 smaller than -3? Obviously, no. Because 2 is eventually bigger than -3. How to smaller than -3? You actually think twice. Is there any number bigger than 1, smaller than -3? None. That means you are writing an answer that doesn't make any sense, my dear. Because with logic, none of the value can bigger than 1 at the same time smaller than -3. That's why you guys couldn't write like that. Then you guys must be asking me, then teacher, how I know whether can or cannot? Very easy one. Just like that, okay? You sketch 2 part, you get 2 answer. You sketch 1 part, you write 1 answer. So you don't 2 answer, 2 part, then you write them together. No. Sketch 2 part, 2 part answer. Sketch 1 part, only can write them together. Can? Hopefully can. Let's try. The second method and third method I will teach when I give you an example, okay? So let's look at this. Question 1. Find the range of the values of x. So guys, they'll find x. So the word range or not, that's why later your answer will have bigger, smaller sign, okay? So for the quadratic inequalities, okay, let's get it from A. A, they're giving you this. So the moment you guys look at this, I think quite easy because what do they look like? General form. 1x squared, 1x, and 1, 0. General form, how to get the answer? Take out a calculator, start to press, on. Mode, 1 ransack 2. Part 1 video already taught you. Your A is what? 1. Nothing there is 1. Your B, -11. Must press negative. Your C, 24. Ta-da! The answer quite nice because I purposely come out a very easy one. The first answer, I get 8. The second answer, I get 3. Remember, first video taught you, you must write back the bracket. Terbalik, right? Plus 8, write back minus 8. Plus 3, write back minus 3. So in front of them is x. Then, do I get full marks, guys? No. Why? Because if they write equal, you write equal answer, can. But now they got bigger, smaller. Your answer should have bigger, smaller. But you got 3 and 8, 2 answer. So you don't know bigger than this or smaller than this, you must sketch. So the A, they say using graph sketching method. Exactly is the one I just taught you. So how do you guys sketch? First, I will draw happy face. I repeat why I draw happy face, because my A is a positive 1. See, I just always make my A positive, then I can always draw a happy face. Very easy one. Smaller number put on the left, bigger number put on the right. I got 3 and 8. Isn't it 3 should be on the left, 8 should be on the right? Because 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only 8. Correct? Where should I sketch, guys? Now my equation bigger than 0. 0 is here, bigger is where? Up. Look at the top. Take a ruler, cover the bottom. Don't look at the bottom now, okay? Just don't look, okay? Or if you don't have ruler, just don't look at the bottom. So look at the top. Can you guys see a bowl shape? No. Can see bowl? Sketch bowl. Cannot see bowl? Sketch the side. Okay, the one I sketched is the answer. So guys, what's my answer? Don't stop at sketching, must write it out. I'm sketching the left side of 3. Left side of 3 got what number? 2, 1, 0. All those numbers smaller than 3, comma. How about right side of 8? Right side of 8 got 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11, those numbers also bigger than 8. Ta-da-da-da, done. Can you see? You sketch 2 parts, you got 2 answers. Make sense, right? Do I get full marks? No. Why? Because people got equal sign. Please write your answer in equal sign as well. Like. Equal sign also, okay? Done. Hopefully you guys understand. Let's go on with B. Okay, B, Okay, B, they say what? Now they also want you to solve, like same like A lah. But now they want you to use another method called number line method. Okay, this number line method are very alike like the A method. So that's why I teach you A first. You master the A method, B very easy, right? So guys, first thing first, I hope you guys know that no matter they're using what method, the starting of it until pressing calculator is all the same. So I will just use back the same concept. Okay, I'm using back. So lag. Oh my god, what happened to internet? Okay, guys, like that. So this is the one I copy and paste from A, okay? So once I got this, guys, now you shouldn't draw the one that we draw already because that one is graph sketching method. Now, what method I'm using? I'm using number line method. Okay, so what is number line method? Number line method, first you draw a line. Line, correct? Number line, that means on this line, there's number in it, okay? So what number you guys have? You got 3 and 8. So 3 I put on the left, 8 I put on the right. Again, same like just now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, correct? This time you don't draw happy face. This time you draw a dotted line. Okay? Then you differentiate all the parts using their original name, which like how you do just now, okay? Very easy one. You see, this part is on the left-hand side of 3. On the left-hand side of 3 means x smaller and equals to 3. Correct? This, all of you know how to write one because we've been writing just now for like 3 times already, right? Then, right side of 8, that means x bigger and equals to 8. Makes sense, right? Because we just now also write like that. Then 3 and 8 in between isn't it x bigger than 3, smaller than 8. Again, because they put equal sign, I also put equal sign. So that means before you get the answer, you are try to write out the possible answer on that part first. Okay? So after you guys write out the answer, then how do you guys do number line method? Now I'm using a gray pen. Gray pen means like a pencil. So you actually no need to show this working to teacher. You can just press calculator straight away. But I'm showing you because I scared you don't know what I'm saying, okay? So guys, now you just need to check on this part whether you are positive or negative. Positive or negative, positive or negative. Then how you know whether you're on that part is positive or negative? You must try to use some number and see and check whether on that part you will be a positive or negative. So use what number leh? Look, if I want to check this part is actually x smaller than 3. So you can choose any number smaller than 3. So smaller than 3 got 2, 1, 0. Let's say I'm using 2. So let's say the x is 2. So how you know whether they're positive or negative? You should sub back to the equation because now I'm doing this equation, okay? You want to sub to this one also can. Want to sub to the bracket one also can, okay? So normally I will sub to the top one. So x squared minus 11x plus 24. No need to write the equals to 0. I just want to know equals to what. So if I sub 2 inside to the original questions. So 2 squared minus 22 plus 24. Okay, I get 6. Actually, you don't even care whether you get 6 or 6 million or 6,000. You only care whether the 6 is a positive or negative. Quite obvious, it's a positive. Saw it? Then guys, here. Bigger than 3, smaller than 8, let's say 4 lah. Or you want to sub 5 also can, okay? I didn't stop you. So let's say I sub 4. So again, I sub inside the same equation because I've been doing these questions, right? So I sub 4 inside. 4 square minus 44 plus 24. I get negative 4. Now you know on this part, if I sub any number in between 3 and 8, it will make that part a negative. Okay? How about this part? X bigger than 8. X bigger than 8 got what? Let's say I sub 9. For those who don't trust me, you can sub 10, okay? Because we will get the same positive negative, okay, my dear? So, same thing, x squared minus 11x plus 24. I sub 9 inside. 9 squared minus 11, 9 plus 24. So, I press calculator. I get the answer of 6. So, 6 is positive or negative? Quite obvious, 6 will be a positive. Okay, no? So, guys, with this, then how do I continue now? After you know the part whether they are positive or negative, then for you to continue, right, you know, right, you do so many things. It's just because the question is not equal. They are like a bigger, smaller sign. So that's why we will still based on the sign. So just now in the A method, graph sketching method, bigger than 0, we will sketch up, correct? Now it's not based on up or down. Now it's to see whether you are positive or negative. So bigger than 0, 0 is here. If you're bigger, that means you are up. If you are up, isn't it, you will definitely be a positive. So if you are positive, so look at the one you purposely draw just now. Which part you are positive? This part and this part. So that means these two parts, the part on that two, the answer on that two part is your answer. So which one is the answer? Isn't it on the left hand side? Is this one. So copy it down. Comma. This one is on the right hand side. Isn't it? Copy it down. That. Most important, guys. This method, the second method I do, and the first method I do, answer same or not? Same. Obviously, they are same, okay, my dear. They are just different method getting back the same answer. Obviously, they are still coming from the same questions. Obviously, the answer is the same one. It's just different method of getting the answer. So I repeat. If they never ask, always using the A method. Who want to use the B? You see so long, okay, my dear? So C there, again, same thing. First thing first, I repeat. You will use the same thing in A and B. So the starting of it is the same working. I already paste. What happened to my internet? Okay. So guys, isn't it now we already have this, correct? Then this time round, you are not using the graph sketching method. You're not using the number line method because the third method called table method. Okay, drawing table a bit wasting of time. So I already pre-draw it. This one, okay. I paste back here. Okay, okay, this is the one. So guys, with this, how do I do it? Okay, this table method is very fixed of what you're going to write inside, okay? So first, for the table method, you must have 4 column and 4 row. Please remember, 4 column, 4 row. And then you will write all your bracket on the left-hand side, okay? You will write like this. X minus 8, X minus 3. Minus 3 first or minus 8, that first doesn't matter, okay? It's just one of the first bracket right on the second row. Third bracket, first bracket right on the second row, second bracket right on the third row. And then combine both bracket and write here. Okay, later on you understand one, okay? Then next, on the last 3 column, the last 3 column, right? Actually same like the second method. Isn't it second method before you start? You already know the answer is either this, this, or this, correct? So all the name of all this, you guys write on top of the first row. X smaller and equals to 3, X bigger than 3, smaller than 8, and X bigger than 8. Don't tell me, teacher, if I didn't do B, how do I know? Also no one, because you know your answer only got 3 and 8, right? So you are either smaller than 3 or bigger than 8 or bigger than 3, smaller than 8. Isn't it only got these few type, correct? So that's why you guys can straight away write it out. Now I'm making this big, hopefully all of you guys can see. So now, how do you guys do it? Okay, super easy one. So on this particular column, we are talking about X smaller than 3. Again, think about any number that's smaller than 3. Then using that number, apply on this row. So X smaller than 3, let's say 0. I know just now I'm using 2. Now I want to be pattern. I'm using 0. So if I'm using 0, let's say X0. So on this particular part, it means it should be 0 minus 8. So, 0 minus 8, I get negative 8. Negative 8, I don't even care whether you're 8 or 9. I just care whether you're negative or positive. Again, negative. I already write a negative there. I already write. Okay, it appear, okay? Next one, I'm still using 0, right? So this one, X minus 3. So 0 minus 3, I get negative 3. Okay, again, a negative. Then how about the third one? No need to sub. You know why? Because the third one eventually is x minus 8 times x minus 3. X minus 8 I already do in my first row. X minus 3 I already do on my second row. So now all I need to do is just combine them together. So negative, negative, positive. Isn't it just like that? Let's go to the second one. X bigger than 3, smaller than 8. Let's say this time I'm using 6 because in between got a lot of number, 4, 5, 6, 7, all also can use. You want to use decimal also can, but I like to use whole number. So if I sub 6, so isn't it 6 minus 8, I get negative 2. Okay, this part will be a negative. Again, I'm using back the same number, 6. 6 tolak 3, I get 3. 6 tolak 3, I get 3, isn't it? It's a positive. So guys, now again, the third column, negative, positive, negative. Can? Last column, x bigger than 8. X bigger than 8 got 9, 10. Let's say I'm using 9 again. So this one, 9 minus 8, I get 1. 1 is what? Positive. So sorry for my internet, okay? I hope you guys bear with the lag thing, but I will wait for it, okay? Then this one, again, I will sub 9. 9 minus 3, isn't it? I will get 6. So 6 is what? 6 again is positive. Can? Positive, positive, positive. Positive, positive, positive. Just like that, okay, my dear? So you guys must be asking me, teacher, this one C method and B method same or not? I hope you guys realize that after you guys do a few times, you realize this A, B, C, actually the concept wise is the same. It's just the way you present it is different. And do you realize just now in B, right, we sub to this, I use another color, I sub to this equation to get whether they are positive or negative, correct? So do you realize now we're also using these to check? And actually the one with bracket and the one without bracket, they are both exactly same thing. If you don't trust me, you can try to open this bracket, expand this bracket, okay? You guys will definitely get back the top one. So eventually the B and the C are using back the same concept, okay, of doing it, of checking it, whether they are positive or negative, okay? And this table, after you guys draw, right, actually you won't look at other positive, negative. You only look at the third row. Because this third row and whatever we're checking in B just now is exactly the same. So again, how we know whether you are choosing the positive or negative, same like in B. So in B, I already told you the main thing is the bigger, smaller sign. Okay, I shouldn't use purple color. I should use new color. So this one, isn't it bigger than 0, correct? So 0 is here, bigger is up. Up is what, guys? Up, isn't it positive? So that means you guys should choose positive. Don't look at the top 2 row, my dear. Look at the last row. Okay, last row is the whole equation combined, right? So positive. Isn't it this one positive? This one positive. I know this 2 part is my answer. So this 2 part, how do you guys write the answer? This part is under this one answer. So isn't it x smaller and equals to 3? And this positive, isn't it, is under this column. Isn't it x bigger and equals to 8? That most important. Is this answer same as the B? Yes. Is it same as the A? Yes. Is this 3 method same answer? Yes. Yay! Hopefully you guys understand. I hope all of you understand because I will go on with question 2. So this is the second time I'm doing it. I will do it faster a bit. Find the range of values of x. Then find x, range. You guys should have bigger, smaller sign again, correct? This time the question's a bit patterned because the way they give you, they didn't give you the general form. They didn't directly give you the general form. They give you an equation that look like this. So what's the first thing you guys will do? I think you guys will expand it. So 2 times 1, 2. 2 times negative x, negative 2x. 3x times x, 3x squared. 3x times 1, 3x. What do they look like? General form, because general form will have ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, correct? So everything move it to one side. So move it to the right or move it to the left. I know you guys will tell me left because just now I always put my 0 on the right side, right? Doesn't mean must be right, left, my dear. Because guys, this one, I think I will put the 0 on the left-hand side. Why? I repeat, because I told you, I want to draw happy face. I want you to be happy. So you must always let your A positive. Do you realize if you put everything on the left side, later, your A will be a negative. So I want to stick to positive, so I'll move everyone to the right. So left or right actually doesn't matter one, okay? Just always stick to positive, okay? So do you realize 3x squared is here? Can Then x and x, combine them together. Negative 2, move it over, plus 2. 3 plus 2, 5. So this plus 2, move it over, minus 2. Do it look like general form? Yes, I think it does. So 1x squared, 1x, and 1, 0. What is my A? 3. What is my B? 5. What is my C? -2. Time to press calculator again for general form. Guys, don't write decimal. In the first part video, I already told you guys, if you guys see a decimal, can change it to fraction, please change it to fraction. Write backwards, -2, write +2. They are x, write x. 1/3, don't write -1/3 because you should write like that. +1, write back -1. They are x, write x. This one is divide by 3. Divide by 3, write up is times 3. You learn under part 1 video, okay? So now, will you stop here? No. Because if the question is equal, you will stop at equal. But now they got bigger, smaller sign, your answer should stop at bigger, smaller sign. How you know bigger or smaller? You guys need to do the 3 method. If they never say, always choose the first one, which is graph sketching method. So let's start to draw. So guys, do you realize now my A is a positive? Because I already say I will always make my A positive. My A is 3, that's why I know it's positive, okay? Hope you guys understand it. So draw a happy face, draw a horizontal line. Smaller number put on the left, -2, not 1/3, okay? 1/3 is positive, so 1/3 on the right side. So guys, graph sketching method. After draw the graph, you sketch. So where do you guys sketch? You always do this is all because the bigger, smaller sign. So look at your equation now. Whether your equation now is bigger than 0 or smaller than 0. Now, this is the one. I'm actually at the sharp part. The 0 is actually at the wider part. So that means they are smaller than 0. 0 is here. Bigger means up. Smaller means down. So you guys should sketch bottom. So use a ruler, cover the top. Don't look at the top. Just look at the bottom. Can you guys see a bowl shape, a mangkok shape? Yes, right? Sketch inside the mangkok. That should be the answer. So the one you sketch is the answer. Then what is your answer? So I realized the answer is in between -2 to 1/3. So in between, how do you guys write it out? That means my answer, in between -2 to 1/3, if let's say whole number, only got -1 and 0. Isn't it -1 and 0 actually bigger than -2? And -1 and 0 actually smaller than 1/3 also. Because you're right in between them. Nah, that is the answer. Dun, 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 that. Don't tell me teacher put equal sign. Hi. The question got put equal, man? No. So do I need to put equal sign? No need. And don't tell me, teacher, why you can write them together. I repeat, you sketch 2 sides, you write 2 answers. You sketch one part, you can write them together. Hopefully, you guys all understand. I will go on with B. So, guys, B, you know it's the same start working. The working on the top is the same. So, I copy and paste. Cannot? So, it's the same thing. It's just the bottom part, instead of sketching graph, this one second method called number line method. What is number line method? Just now I already taught you guys. First, draw axis. Instead of draw the happy face, put the number in, -2 and 1/3. Draw a dotted line. Okay, you're going to check based on positive, negative. Before you check based on positive, negative, you must write out left side of -2, isn't it? That means x smaller than -2. Right side of 1/3, isn't it? That means x bigger than 1/3. -2 and 1/3 in between there, isn't it? X bigger than -2 at the same time smaller than 1/3. That is for the in-between part, okay? Writing all out already, then now put some value in to check whether they are positive or negative. So I'm using gray pen. So lesser than -2. Got -3, -4, -5. Let's say I use -3. So let's say I sub -3 in to the original equation. This gray color one. 3 -3 squared plus 5 -3 minus 2. 3 -3 squared plus 5 -3 minus 2. I get 10. 10 is a what? Positive. Next one, this one. Bigger than -2, smaller than 1/3. Let's say 0 lah, because 0 is seriously in between them, okay? You can use any number, even decimal also can, but who will, right? I get -2. So this part will be a negative if they are under this number here, okay? Bigger than 1/3, let's say is 1. 3, I sub 1 inside. So I get 6 is a positive. So guys, after you know positive, negative, right? Then how you know which part you are choosing leh? So I repeat again, you do so many things. It's just because the questions got bigger, smaller sign. So you will very obvious depends on the bigger, smaller sign. Now your equation smaller than 0. 0 is here. Smaller is down. Down means what? Negative. So you guys should choose negative also. I look at the sign, negative sini. So isn't it that part should be the answer? So if it's on this part, then you know the answer will be -2 smaller than x, smaller than 1/3. Ta-da! That is the answer. Same with the first first method, yes, it is the same. I teach also, I feel like myself understand it. I hope you listen to what I say. Also, you feel like you understand it. Hopefully, it's not just I feel good and then you guys don't understand it at all. So C, same thing, I copy and paste. You know, the working is the same. It's just the bottom different, right? So we're going to use table method. Again, lazy to draw table. That's why put for you guys now here. Okay, I make it this big. So I repeat again. Put all the bracket. That means instead of put the equation, this table method, they will put the bracket part. Okay. So the first bracket, 3x minus 1. Another bracket, x plus 2. Bottom put 3x minus 1 times x plus 2. Write them together. Okay. How about the top row? The top row, you guys will write all the potential answer. So your answer, when you have 1 over 3 and negative 2, okay, you are either smaller than the negative 2, or you bigger than the 1 over 3, or you in between negative 2 to 1 over 3. Can bigger number always put on the right, small number always put on the left. Now again, you guys will base on the possible column value and sub inside. So x smaller than negative 2. Let's say negative 5. You see, I purposely choose different number with just now that one, okay? So that you know that what number also can one, okay? So x equals negative 5. If I sub inside this equation, it will become 3 negative 5 minus 1. I get negative 16. So it's a negative. How about this one? I again sub negative 5. Negative 5 plus 2. I get negative 3. Okay, negative. Bottom, negative, negative, positive. Because it's combination of the two brackets. Times them together, right? Then how about this column? This column, bigger than negative 2, smaller than 1 over 3. Just now I sub 0, right? This time I sub negative 1. I just try to show you different number doesn't affect the answer at all, okay? So I hope all of you understand. So I sub negative 1 inside. If I press calculator, I get negative 4. Negative. If I sub negative 1, negative 1 plus 2, I get 1. It's a positive. Guys, negative, positive, negative. That. Bigger than 1 over 3. Just now I sub 1, right? Now I sub 5 lah. Okay lah, don't want 5 lah. Pattern a bit lah. Sub 4. Can? So 4. If 3 bracket 4 minus 1, I sub inside this one. I hope all of you understand. 3, 4, 12, 12 minus 1, 11. Positive. Again, I sub 4 inside this equation. So 4 plus 2, I get 6. Positive again. Can? Positive, positive, positive. Done. So it after everything. So for you guys to know whether you guys should choose which one, it very depends on the positive, negative of the last row. Because that is actually the original equation, correct? How you know about that? I repeat again. You do so many things, it's just because of the bigger, smaller sign. So you will very depends on the bigger, smaller sign. Now my equation, smaller than 0. Smaller than 0. 0 is here. Smaller is down. Down means what? Negative. So choose the one who is negative. So I realize negative is this one. Don't look at the top two column. Look at the last row, okay? Because the last row is the one that combination of the whole equation. So you guys know, you guys will choose the negative one. So the negative is this one. So that part is the answer. So the answer will be x bigger than negative 2, smaller than 1 over 3. Most important, is it the same answer with A and the B? Yes, done. Hopefully all of you understand everything I say. See you on the next video. When is it? I'm not sure. I will only record my video during my free times, okay? So hopefully you guys understand my situation and good luck. Please share to your friend if your friend don't understand this part, okay? Annyeong. Bye-bye.